Greetings and salutations, gamers. This is Sylph Talent coming to you live on 1/27/2022. Today we'll be playing some Everquest. You can see this is going to be our last raid of Era. Then we'll be starting up with the new content very soon, so that's going to be awesome. This is one of the last raids, I believe. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing Tacvi and Txevu and just pretty much getting some more gear for our guildies and just kicking some butt and taking some names. So sit back, relax, and enjoy with your host, Sylph Talent, and our friends with the Filthy Casuals who will be leading the raid. Um, Anyways, I'll go ahead and pretty much get doing what I'm supposed to doing. You guys enjoy and sit back and watch. Alright, so we got the Paragon order done. Now I'm just waiting to see if anybody's going to message me for savagery for tonight. Be doing Tacvi first, of course. Alright, let's see. Let's get this up and going. Get other start buffed up and vexed. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and sit and rest. They're still coloring their armors the Sentai colors. Power Rangers. Power Ranger joke. That was definitely a Power Ranger joke there. The Sentai colors. Wonder who will be the Pink Ranger? Probably the Troll. Just waiting for us to start the raid. Alright, so we got that. Let's see. Oh, I'm surprised my slow is still sticking. Usually they'll have a shaman replace it for an extra 5%. There we go. First mob down. It's not bad. Alright. Both burns down. There we go. Criticals are good, if I get them. $13.57 on a Rip Ortiz. Dang. Not bad so far. All right. All right, there we go. Let's see what type of loot we got today. Onyx of Might and Shimmering Granite. Let's see what they're going for. The Onyxes, the gems went for like 1 piece or 2. That's about it, and the books went for like 3. Not much though. We're going to be heading south next for the next room. So that would be to here, I believe. Alright, this boss has 2 golems. We tank and spank the golems out here to avoid getting AE'd while she sits there. Then we'll debuff her, go into the room, and then kill her. She's very easy. Right now I have 2 Zerkers and a Monk with my Pharaoh on them. So they're going to be doing some really high sparsing tonight. There's nothing in this raid that I need or want, so it's just accumulating raid points for me tonight. But it's fun to see what drops and stuff. I've already got everything I want out of here, even the weapon for my barbarian, so I'm pretty happy. So tempted to type, nobody misses druid buffs. Okay. Another 3 seconds. Who's the boss targeting? Almost down. All right, there we go. Oop. Nope, my slow did not land. Loot is now bidding. Let's see what we got. Sorry, I was paying attention. We got the armband of Shadow. Nice. Mask of the Void, which is really good. And Ruby of a Determined Assault. Not a bad ranged item. This is a good mask. I like this. Looks like nobody's bidding on anything. Oh, one item got bidded on, the Mask of Void. South Mob coming in next. Door boss. The infamous door boss. Someone died. Nope, didn't get it. Oh, old One Eye is on the top of the list there. Oh, group, okay. Yeah, me. For Sylph, yes. I'm the second on the list. Alright, boss is down. So, the mask and armband went for 1. Do you want me to cast now? Done like dinner. So, we'll be taking down this mob first. He's easy tank and spank. Straightforward melee with random charm. It's just literally a tank and spank. Hey, Rays DS, how's it going? Yeah, I do pay attention to the chat. Welcome to the channel, man. Thanks for this chat. Yeah, this game's been going strong for quite some time. Ever since Sony lost it to Daybreak. So, and any other people that they had it before. So, it's still very popular. There's thousands of people still playing. And multiple servers. They're coming out with the 64-bit version this year of Everquest. Yes, 64-bit. That means that it's going to be much more nicer to the internet protocols. So it's going to be a lot smoother from what I've been hearing. How come you can't hear the team? They requested that they do not have their voice chat being heard over the stream. Sorry about that. No, they're not all my accounts. This is the guild I'm with. Here, I'll show you the names. So this is a guild I am with, the Filthy Casuals. Yep. So we're in Txevu right now, just mixing it up in Gates of Discord, which is the last expansion for us. It's the new one, the current one we're on is OOW, Omens of War. And then in about a week, we're going to be getting Dragon's North. And this is my Beastlord character, currently, stat-wise. Pretty decked out. Yeah, there's thousands of people still playing. Alright, so Dagger Death, Gloves of Concealed Flame, and what's this mask? Matted Fur Mask. That's not half bad. I tried it, but I didn't like it. I kind of was mad when I found out that the Beastlord class was a joke class, basically an alt class in the game. So, and then they kind of took the Beastlord away from its original prospects of what it was supposed to be. So instead of having the Beastlord being tuned to the spirits of the animals in EQ2, it's more of they just tame animals. This is the balance fight, by the way. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, well, computers today for gaming can go for pretty cheap, especially if you're planning on playing an older game. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from on the no computer. Not having one kind of sucks. But hopefully you'll get one eventually. No, this is actually on PC. Um, Playing off of the website Daybreak Games, who owns the game now. It's not owned by Sony Entertainment anymore. They've stopped the console EQ quite a while back ago, a little over 10 years ago, I believe. It really didn't take off too much. I basically stream it, yes, when I play for raids and sometimes for when I do my grinding. But you still have to download the EQ game if you do want to play it. They are opening new servers from time to time, once every year or so, so people can restart over from vanilla and work their way up. From the website, yes, it would be. Let me pull it up for you. Almost got it. Here's the website. There you go. It depends on if you got powered leveled or not. If you were not power leveled, it would take you maybe a month or two. That's getting buffs from playing on knowledge and pretty much running back and forth, maybe groups here and there. But if you had someone who's buffing you and helping you out, like power leveling, it could take weeks, literally weeks, just to get to this level. Gear wise, it would require you to get in a good guild and earn your gear over time. And for me to get to the level that I'm at right now, it took me since Shadows of Lucan till now just to catch up to everybody because of earning DKP, slowly getting gear pieces throughout the expansions, and growing stronger over time. And playing a lot to have a crap ton of alternate advancement points. Alternate advancement points allow you to literally become so much stronger. It's kind of like having another set of gear. Your alternate advancement points are like new abilities, skills, that are passive or active that will help you become even stronger than before. hmm Yeah. For instance, some of the alter advancement points will give special buffs and abilities to your pet, or to you. For instance, I have a clickable ability. Increases my base melee damage by 100%, grants me 20% chance to resist spells, and applies bestial alignment form. Basically, what that does is it turns me into a giant warrior that does a lot of damage. It's actually pretty cute. And there's many, many, many other abilities as well. For instance, in House of Thule, when we get there, Warder's Gift. Um, Consumes 30% your warder's maximum health to bless it with your warder's benevolence, healing you for 10,000 health. So there's like different things you can play off of. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for a group class, a solo class, a support class, a primary class? Primary is like you're up and you're one of the big role players of your role, such as warrior being tank or knights helping with off tanking. What type of gameplay style do you want to play? That's what I'm asking. Solo class? All right. Your best solo classes will be starting with. Um, it's hard to say whether or not it, I would have to say Necromancer, followed by Beastlord, Shaman, Druid, Ranger. Those would be the top five solo classes that you can pretty much do anything you want with. Um, Beastlord being more pet friendly towards their pet and having the pet tank for you, or you tank for it. It really depends on your playstyle and gear. For primary, that'll go between, let's say, the top three tanks would be Warrior, Paladin, Shadow Knight. The top three healers would be Cleric, Shaman, Druid. Um, then for hybrid, it would be Paladin, um, probably Beastlord, then um, Shadow Knight. Beastlord is what I play, and I love it. I have this nice little pet that I have with me, although it has a different skin on it right now. Beastlords are a combination of shaman, monk, and cleric for your own pet. So you're going to be literally being your pet's cleric when you get higher levels, and the pet can tank so much. Unfortunately, the Beastlord in raid role is more of a support role. Don't expect to be high DPS. Just expect to be there to use your abilities, such as Paragon, um, Spiritual Ascendance, and stuff like that. That helps out the raid with mana regain. And then Ferocity for your top three or four fighters that does damage. So we're more of a support role. We can have our cats off tank stuff, um, attack stuff for us, so forth and so on. And we can also fight too. I'm the way I'm geared, and I'll explain this. It's through the heroic stats. I'm geared heavily into dodging attacks and evading, with the ability to resist stuns and tank. So in a group situation, I can actually act as the primary tank in a group if it's a non-raid fight. Who has the highest DPS? Hmm, that'll actually be between Rangers and Berserkers and Monks. Those would be the top three DPS. I'd have to say top two, 100%, is Rangers and Berserkers. Berserkers, a melee ranged, high DPS. They're a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Rangers, a ranged DPS. Balbro here, who's a berserker, usually will out TPS a lot of the rangers in our guild. And then there are a couple rangers that can out DPS him. It really depends on the mobs that they're fighting. But the thing of it is that it would be literally the top 2 DPS you're going to be looking at is Ranger or Berserker, period. As you go further into the expansions from Gates of Discord and further, um, Berserkers become insanely nuts, and Rangers become more powerful, of course. Who in the guild has played the longest? Gobers, Brianna. There's Balbro on he has 2 different characters. There are like, I think, 10 people from the old guard still in here, still playing from vanilla. 10, 15 people left from vanilla, which means from the original EverQuest expansion. All right, let's see what we got. We got the Greidel, Luxure's Satin Slippers, and Paulun's Dark Aspects. Do I have any detrimental spell? This one has the +3. Yeah, I don't want to lose that stamina yet. Can't. Alright, so going to the next. There's a question if I wanted to get a different gear item. Oh, wrong way. Icebergo, the rating's been going pretty fine. We had our first casualties of the night. Total of 2 people on 1 boss on the balance fight. They got on the ramp list and got their butts handed to them. But the rating's been going really well. This is our first fight tonight. Reyes Diaz, thank you for the follow. That's awesome of you. If you got any further questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer any that I can. No, I do not. I read what I can, and it's just so much. So what's going on in the Icarus test branch? Oh, by the way, I also play Icarus on my off nights from EQing. It's a fun survival game. Big drops of electronic costs. So they did listen to the. So they did listen to it, huh? I bet a lot of players were complaining about the cost of electronics and all that shit. I mean, excuse me, 80 electronics for 1 item. Oh, that is sweet. Did they reduce the cost of the copper on the electronics themselves? How does the door open? You just click on it, walk up, click on it if it's not locked. Most raid doors are not locked unless they have some type of key sequence you have to do, such as kill this bob to open, kill this boss to open this door, kill that boss to open that, and then combine the items and open the last door. That was in GOD. Okay, this one, this snake, I believe she drops a few times, creates some ads that are annoying, and nukes the raid. And I'll need to get, I'll need to actually cast this for the group, because we had a death in the group. And then get Balbro buffed with ferocity and counteract poison. There we go. Gonna need that. Oh, nice. Platinum for composite paste. No, this is a boss mob. I cannot solo her until, let me see what level she is. I would have to be level 90 to solo this snake. Problem is the trash mobs in this particular zone can kill even level 80s if you're not careful with your healing. So you'll need a group or raid to deal with the trash mobs, even at 80. We are currently level 70 at the highest on this expansion. I have my Epic 2.0 as well, so I've been working pretty hard. Filthy Casuals is a small but very efficient guild, and a raid force. So everybody plays. Everybody you see in this room is a person sitting behind a computer playing. Every single person here that you see. What that means is there's no boxes, no secondary accounts being run in the raid. It's all players sitting behind a computer. All their mains or their alts that they decided to play on. Oh, this is my main, the Beastlord. I've been maining the Beastlord since Shadows of Lucan. So I've been playing this character. If you notice the number of the stream, 179. For 179 episodes, I've been streaming Beastlord gameplay straight. For raids, messing around, earning AAs, and grouping, and doing other stuff. So this is all from Shadows of Lucan till now. And about 85% of all my gameplay is on stream for this character. Up until GOD. we go. Shadows of Lucan was the, I believe, the fourth or fifth expansion that they came out with. For us, it released last year. I think in around the first part of the year. Oh, the craziest raid story we ever had for the guild here would be we were fighting in Txevu, which is the next zone we're going to go to. The last boss is basically you can only kill him with pets. So summon pets such as the Beastlord pet, the skeletons from any of the Shadow Knights or Necromancers, the mage pets, so forth and so on, or charm pets, which you have to get a specific charm pet from the Ritualist Summoners. Well, anyways, we didn't get the special pet from the Ritualist Summoner because it didn't spawn the whole time. We fought this mob, this last boss, for like 30 minutes straight, using our pets and everything. We got it down to 0% health. It said 0% health, but it still had health, and it was wiping out the entire raid from 1% to basically 0. The last 5 people standing, the boss turned around, was about just to wipe them all out in really quick because they're all like one-hittable. He hits somebody who Ripper teased the attack, who had a damage shield on them, and the boss died from the damage shield. That's how close the fight was. It was really crazy. We almost wiped. Is because we didn't get the special charmable pet. All our enchanters were dead. It wouldn't have mattered because the pet never showed up. And all our pets and everything were dying left and right from the boss. Because the boss was then targeting the pets after the tanks went down. It was a brutal mess. It's a good idol. He dropped the steel baton, which was a really good item, and this item here, and a couple other things that were not that great. It was really crazy. Now, for a original EQ experience back in the day, this was Plains of Power doing the Plane of Nightmare. Um, was it Plane of Nightmare? It was, yeah. Our raid got hammered really hard with a double pull, and we were down to my Beastlord, a tank, a cleric, a druid, and an enchanter, versus 4 mobs from one group and the and almost all the mobs of the other group, which was a total of 11 mobs. So with 11 mobs on the field and only 2 people able to tank, plus the pet, which is 3. The enchanter locked down 6. I had the tank 2. My warrior was tanking 1. The warrior was tanking 2. It took us 45 minutes of insane surviving because we were hitting the purple club, the pet was nearly dying, the enchanter was getting beat on and barely surviving, and it just went on, and it felt like we could not get any headway. But we kept killing. We kept killing. But at the same time, the druid was battle resing people slowly. So we were slowly getting more and more people into the zone at the end of the Plane of Nightmare, just right before the final boss. And we eventually got enough people summoned in from battle resing, which took 45 minutes fighting two groups to finally wipe out the two groups. And then we realized the entire zone behind us already respawned. So nobody could run back. They had to be summoned or rezzed on point. And we finally cleared enough, got everybody there, and then we hit the final boss and we took him down like a chump. We one-shot him. We were worried that we were going to fail on the first attempt. But it was a great fight, though. Yeah. That was from when Sony Interactive had the game, and they didn't do any changes to the Beastlord pet class at the time. At that time, the Beastlord pet at level 60 was YellowCon to me as a level 60 player. It was brutally stupid. Sorry, Yellow to me at 65. No, that was back in the day before I even started recording or doing anything. That was when EQ was originally releasing their expansions one at a time. This was when Planes of Power came out originally for that block era back in early 2000s or late 1990s. See what I mean? It's quite a long time ago. The one when playing Nightmare, no, not with this guild. It was with another guild, Praxis Riders, I believe. The Praxis Riders back in the old day. The buff that I'm casting on the Balbro here is an attack buff. Really, really nice. Oh yes, the one that used pets to fight. Yes, it was with this guild. You'll see that raid after this raid, because we're doing that instance after this. That one's a little more unique. Annoying in some areas, but fun though. This is the final zone for this era for the raid bosses. The next zone that we're going to do is the second to last. So basically, this part of the raid that we're doing currently is where all the big bads, leadership of these guys, came to hide here or build up their forces, and we're raiding their last refuge and taking them out. Oh, the monk weapon. Nice. That's a good one. It is recorded. I'm not exactly sure what episode that was. I have a lot of episodes. Here, let me pull up my YouTube account. It's where I store it. Still might be up there if YouTube hasn't discarded it. Believe this will get you to it. I'm not exactly sure. You can look me up as Sylv Talent on YouTube. Should be able to find it. Just with the same with the name title of this stream, you can find it exact as the other ones, the exact same way with lower numbers. Not bosses, mobs. Back in that era, they had enchantments that could spells that could lock down the um, mobs in those groups. Only like one or two of the mobs were unmessable, and those ones were usually killed by the tanks before the others, and separated because of the AE effects that they did together. This one is what we call the Benny Hill fight. Originally, we'd beat him down, knock him to the ground, and then he would spawn ads. Those ads we would run away from in a circle around the room, and we usually had a lot of deaths. And then we'd res them up during the process, and then fight them again and rinse and repeat about 5 times. Now we just tank and spank him for the first time. Then he poops out more ads. We kill those ads. Then he'll wait a while. Then he gets up and drops back down and makes more ads. And we keep doing this until he stops. Then he eventually stands back up. We fight him to his last of his health. And he spawns 2 more ads. And we kill all that. So this is kind of like a scripted fight. The reason why the guild chat was stopped being listened into for Discord was because some people were actually watching the stream and stream sniping loot chests from us as we were raiding. Um, these were part of the Epic 1.5 and 2.0 quests, so they drop loot chests, and if you're quick enough, you could just basically open it yourself if you're not part of the raid and steal the loot and run. Oh, no problem. I actually am really happy to have someone to talk to. It's nice talking to people. Yeah, so in order to prevent people from figuring out where we were going and getting ahead of us and hiding, or a rogue using SOS, we had to turn off the guild chat. Plus, there were some things being said that about people in the game that knew that they were being talked about, that caused a little conflict here and there. So, in order to avoid any confrontations and issues, they decided to cut the chat. I understand where they're coming from, but as a streamer, I also have to abide by the rules of the guild I'm in, you know, and respect their wishes. I can't be that guy, you know what I mean? Nobody likes that guy. Yeah. But yeah, I usually try to make sure that I interact with any of the people who are chatting in the channel. So we got about a minute, and then we'll get more spawns adding. This time it'll be, instead of 2, it'll be 3. And so with this fight, we're just like beating them down one at a time while they get off tanked. But anyways, I'm more than happy to answer any of the EverQuest questions that you have. I'll do the best I can to answer it as best I can, and honestly. But you got to remember, some of it's from my perspective and what I see, and it could be completely different with another player who might have more knowledge of certain things. I'm not 100%, nor am I a guru, but I'll try to give you the facts as best I can. I believe they're up to, oh, for how many expansions that they might have, just before you ask that one, I believe they're up to 31. 29, 30 or 31, something like that. Then the Terror of Lucan being the newest one that they just came out this last month. Who's the lowest level in the raid? Ah, 70? Everyone? Remember, level 70 came out on this expansion, so we've been 70 for quite a while. Actually, Gates of Discord. So, an expansion ago. So, everybody was level 70 by the time this expansion hit, primarily. We won't be seeing another level up expansion for another 2 expansions, I think. The next expansion is going to be a little unique it's going to have Radiant or Ebon crystals that drop. You can use these crystals to buy gear and Augs. And the way you get them is through questing, through kind of like executable missions where you go to a guy and talk to him, say, I want to do this mission, and then he sends you into it. Dragon's North, yep. How important. All right, you're 180 degrees in front of the boss is he gets to block, parry, do any defensive ability that he has and is capable of doing. Sorry, about 90, 180 almost. I'd say about 90ish, but uh, to 180, depending on what skills he has. Um, so let's say this is the boss right here, okay? The guy laying on the ground. So when you're in front of him, let's say like here to here, he can use all his abilities to block, dodge, evade, everything. Now, if you're on your side, he can parry still, and his defenses are a little lessened. But when you're on the back, he cannot do anything other than just basically dodge and have his normal armor defense against your hits. So sometimes they could turn around and parry instantaneously on you because it's an NPC if you get their attention. So basically, when you're behind it, you're able to hit easier, less defenses being able to stop you from hitting, and that's about it. Ah, The World of Neverwinter Nights. I played that game a lot. I had so much exploiting the rogues. They're so fun. So, anyways, so if you're always behind the mob, you're always going to get the best outcome of DPS you can get against them. If you're in front of the mob or in front of the mob, you're going to be taking the brunt of everything the mob can throw at you, all along with his defenses and his defensive offensive abilities. If you're on the side of the mob, you're lessening some of his stuff, but you're still potentially at the mercy of some of his skills. So it's always best to be on the mob's ass. If you can look up and see the mob's ass, you're doing the right thing. Okay, which one are you going to take, MA? There we go. All right, there we go. Well, that is a possibility, yes. The Berserker can go from behind like a rogue and do massive amount of damage like a rogue and pull the aggro off the tank. But the counterbalance of that is the tank, depending on how well geared he is, tanks' normal attacks always generate aggro. And if they have good gear and proper weapons, there's no way a Berserker could ever pull the aggro off the tank unless he had some type of taunt ability to put himself on the top of the hate list, which Berserkers don't have taunt. Another thing is a weapon that has Rune 3 on it. What Rune 3 is a massive aggro melee ability that absorbs damage. It's mainly supposed to go for a tank for that type of weapon, but some people, non-tanks, get them. And what the rune does is basically absorbs damage. And because it absorbs damage, it causes a massive amount of aggro when it's casted. And some of these weapons can cast multiple times very quickly, which could be problematic. It's kind of like a mini taunt. So that's why I avoid items with rune on it for weapons. So in nine, about 8 out of 10 times, the tank will always have the aggro, regardless of what you can do. Yeah, tanks, warriors are very, very important for raids. They're the ones that are usually tank the mob and keep the mob aggroed on them at all times because they're designed to keep the hate. Sometimes paladins and shadow knights will be a main tank against certain mobs because they're better at dealing with the mob because of their kit. So they will have the ability to keep the aggro off the tank and the raid itself. In some cases where we have multiple tanks in a raid, the main tank will tank the mob. The other tanks will wait a little bit before engaging because they can accidentally strip the aggro from the mob with base attacks if they're not careful. It depends on how much faster the main tank is hitting, whether or not he's slowed or debuffed. So long as the main tank is not slowed or debuffed, he'll always keep the aggro. Or unless the mob decides to drop his hate list and restart it again, which is problematic. There are some mobs like that, which makes the tank have to use his taunt to get back on the top of the hate list. Yeah, tanks are very, very important. The warrior class. They can do a lot of amazing things. Yep, you are correct. Zerkers are basically the melee version of Rangers. They do incredibly high DPS in melee. Alright, now we're going to kill him. Now we get to kill this guy. Then he summons two little baby ads. The baby ads will be off-tanked while we kill the big guy. Yep. As I said, you're doing it right when you can look up and see his ass. That's when you know you're doing it from behind. Remember, be a rogue. Do it from behind. Oh, wow. Shaman love tonight. Two of these. We're also, most of the raid is also shrunk down, so we're smaller than what we're supposed to be. One more trash mob to the boss. To the final boss. That is. Welcome back, OBS. True enough. I like you. You got a good sense of humor. Yeah, when you got a rogue behind you ripping a new one, you definitely don't want to be that guy. Oh, that's so wrong. So many ways, so wrong. Okay, we're on the last room here with the boss. Now, here's the thing with this guy. This is just a fake boss. The real one will spawn in the back after we kill him. The thing of it is, we do not gauge these phylactery guys because they're raid wipers. Even if you aggro one of these, they have the potential chance of wiping the raid completely. Even with as geared as we cannot withstand the AE blast damage of these things that go nuts. So the trick is we got to run in between all these phylactery right here, and then hit him. and then kill him. As we're killing him, these two little doggies that are sitting on the pedestal here that I'm targeting, and they're no name, they will rise to the challenge and try to kill us. Usually we can kite them or tank them. Yes, Zobiak TV is streaming this as well if he's on. Let me see if he is. He's a monk. He is not on right now, so he's not streaming it. But he usually will stream. Zobiak TV. Zobiak TV, sorry. EK. So these are all open to alts. Ever since I joined this group, I've been actually streaming every single raid they've had. No problem. Here we go. Charge! No, he is actually rooted in place. A lot of bosses tend to be rooted in place. So you have to go up to them and fight them. It allows you to actually take the time to buff up, do other preliminary stuff to the boss before you engage it. You can also email players across different servers, yes. But you cannot send items across servers. Hmm? Yeah, that's the big thing. They didn't want people going, hey, we're in the live server here in the TLP, and you're in this server here, but we can't send this item to here to there because it's way ahead of your time. But no, it's to ensure that everything stays fair. That's why they did that. Let's see. Well, bards are support. They do other things. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clerics, 2 druids, and shamans. 1, 2, 3. So 3, 4, 5, 10 healers in the raid. Now this is the actual boss. So what happens here is we're going to have a knight gain aggro on him and keep aggro. And then as a knight class is either a paladin or a shadow knight. Then we're going to have him debuffed, and then we're going to engage him, and then we're going to beat him down from there. But what we're going to try to do is get him mad enough to trigger his self buff, so that way we can erase it and then debuff him. This is how the fight's going to go. We're going to get him mad like we're doing right now. Then we're going to debuff him. We're going to gauge him. By at 90%, he'll do two things. He'll shift forms to do the abilities of another boss randomly from the zone. He will also summon 4 ads. They will be handled differently from everybody else. And then as he shifts his form, will also everyone in the raid will click all their burns, which is our special abilities that do more damage, and just burn him down as fast as possible. If we do it fast enough, the boss mob will not be able to summon any other pets to the fight. Yes, if the healing process is disrupted, it can fall to critical levels. We are what they call doing a process of overhealing. We have the healers continuous healing nonstop, sometimes in a rotation or fast heals. And what this does is it may look like the tank's health is barely dropping or not dropping at all. In reality, he's being healed fast enough to where the amount of damage that the boss is doing is being negated by all the healing, and we're overhealing him as well. Then you have the heal rotation, which is using complete heal. Uh, that is done with a certain number of clerics in a group who continue this rotation until the boss is dead. If there's a disruption in the rotation or a slowdown in the rotation, it can kill the warrior very quickly. So that is a very, very tight ship to run on that. There is a spell that shortens the cast time for all spellcasters, yes. Casted by priest class, which is the clerics. Yeah. You have to organize and plan correctly for the mobs. Gotta check to see. Okay. Oh, 199 on board? Just making sure everybody's on parse. All right. The reason why it's taking so long is we're waiting for a couple people to get back to the raid because they switched classes to grab stuff for their alts. And then we're about ready to hit this up. We have our main target for the tank that we'll be focusing heals on, and then everybody else will stage behind the boss, and then we'll begin to beat him down. Right, stage time. There's enough aggro on the boss, we can actually walk right behind him and get ready to attack him. Here we go. Alright, he's at 90. He'll form change. There he goes. And we begin the burn process. As part of the raid, if they're all part of the raid, everybody gets access to the loot. If another group outside of the raid were to engage the boss, it comes down to who can do more damage to the raid boss. Then I'll bestial line, become a giant kitty. If by chance the smaller group is able to out DPS the larger group or raid, then yes, they can take the loot. But if the larger group or the raid were to out DPS the smaller group, then they will take the loot. So it's a system of who does the most damage. This is what makes griefing kind of easy for higher level characters versus lower level. Higher DPS characters versus lower. But usually kill stealing in that type of situation is heavily frowned upon. And if two guilds, if a guild is involved in trying to kill steal basically a world boss or a boss from another guild, that won't go down pretty lightly with all the other guilds. There would be a pretty big dislike towards the offending guild. And that's something you really don't want, because what happens is it can affect how you get people joining you, whether or not they want to. Okay, that's it. Yeah, it was. Remember, we're an expansion ahead of this expansion, so we're pretty well geared in Omens of War gear. So this is a gear step above the Gates of Discord. So we're able to just mollywomp the Gates of Discord mobs. The reason why we're still doing these mobs is it's still viable gear for those that need replacement gear from time and other lower level instances or expansions. So we're pretty much gearing up all our good people, so that way they'll be as strong as possible going into the next expansion release. All right, looks like we're doing something a little different than what is up on the titling. We're going to be doing Inducta next. Yeah, the next expansion is heavily faction dependent. I think it's one of the last heavily faction dependent expansions because a lot of people hated it. Just as much as they hated having to raid runes off of bosses to get their spells. So that basically goes the way of the dinosaur. Next expansion. The big green ogre guy. This guy. That's old One Eye. He's a Beastlord. He's got a werewolf totem for changing the look of his warder to a werewolf, and then he changed up one of his weapons to look like a sword with a transmog. Oh yeah, couldn't get too far up on those for the mountains, but still, yeah, there's some good ones out there. Beast Lords are a class that can do a lot. How do I describe this? Beast Lords are a jack of all trades. We're part monk, we're part shaman, and we're a cleric for our pet, as I said earlier. We can tank, we can DPS, and we're good as utility characters. In raids, we're definitely a utility character, but we can do damage still. Yeah, sure. Let's see. I believe Trico is our best warrior. Where is he? There he is. He's running around. There he is. He has his armor painted and everything. But he is definitely the best warrior we got. He has 20k HP right now or more in this expansion. He has some of the best gear we can possibly get for a warrior. Oh, you want to see like his character sheet and like that? I'd have to set that to look, and I have to be close enough to him. But it doesn't show me the stats on his gear though. It just shows you the name of the gear, and that's it. They're trying to get all the books for one person who got it tonight. Oh, we're gonna... we're actually going to the zone line. Yep. We're actually running out of the zone instead of... Hopefully I don't get jumped coming out here. This would suck. Oh, there we go. Got it slowed. There we go. So basically we're going to Quivik, and then we're going to be running to another instance from Quivik. Alright, good. There's nothing here. Better put up invis. Gonna be going to Intukta. Let's see, can we, yeah, I can solo this guy easily. As long as he's one. Yep. Come on, get over here. Let's play. There we go. Got him slowed. I got mage support. Nice. This guy can't even touch me. He's on my water, though. Better hobble spirits so they don't run. Okay, I get about 2. Oh, 3, 6. Thanks, guys. Oh, my pet died. Damn. That was funny. It's all due to lag, though. Damn. Oh, well. At least it was the pet, not me. These are level 69s, by the way. They hit really hard. I wish I could do that. All right, into the GC we go. Hasn't clicked in yet. We're still waiting for it to load. There we go. I wish I could knock them down a level or two. Suck out their level, become a level 2 stronger. Oh, this is the fun one. So, you don't fight anything in this room because if you do, you piss off the golems. But if you go into the room over here, you can fight whatever there to your heart's content without the golems interfering. And the golems are a pain in the butt. They got a lot of health and they're pretty strong. All right, they're coughing in people because they came in different picks, unfortunately. That's different instances. So that way that they can get here without dying. There we go. Now this is a older zone. We're doing this because we're tired of doing the other zone. So it's more for funsies. This is Antuka. I need to change that on the stream information. Oh, wrong one. I'm on YouTube, not Twitch. All right, here we go. Create dashboard. we go. It's a quick name change. And that seems to be it. And we're good. I don't often go into the stream editor while we're playing. Alright, so that takes care of that, and there we go. Sure, everything's on the same page. We're just about ready to start this. Alright. Now, as they're rebuffing the raid, my pet gets buffed too. That's the nice thing. Once you unlock the ability to share buffs with your pet, it becomes so nice. You put your stream on your TV, nice. Sit there, use your phone as a little remote for typing. Remember, don't start any Twitter civil wars. Shrinking down because of the tight hallways. This one's actually a fun zone to do. The first couple bosses are a pain, but after that, the rest of it's pretty easy. This is a monk, by the way. He's got his voodoo doll and his bamboo stick. That's what it looks like. His little cursed doll. Yeah, he does AoE damage, but he does drop something nice once you kill him. He's named right here at the front of the zone. Let's see, what did he drop? A mana shard. Garbage. I don't need that. And a couple Oggs. This zone's really good for zone-wide Oggs that drop. These are special Oggs that give you heroic stats, which is really important. Now we're just going to beat down everything as we crawl through this zone area. Burial pet. These AoEs are annoying. Well, we pulled them anyways. These things we have to kill quickly and get through the area quickly because of the fact that they respawn quickly. Can tanks have pets? No. Except for the Shadow Knight, which can have a very low level skeletal pet, which is more for. It's okay, but it can't do much. Its DPS is pretty pitiful. I think it is as strong as the Shaman's dog pet. Not very strong. Alright, so once we clear everything in this area, we're going to then run into that cubby hole and then we're gonna pile up in there, and then we're gonna start the boss encounter. Boss, this encounter has a lot of AOE's. So we gotta keep close to the raid and move quickly, or otherwise we get decimated by AOE's. And the AOE's are nuts. The AOE's can kill me in like less than a second if I'm not careful. This is the only encounter in the zone I hate the most, except for the next part we have to do after this. Thankfully, I don't have to do the whispering to the mobs that we need to unlock the door. Waiting for a few people to get in zone, and then we'll start this up. Basically, there's a banish mechanic. What happens is this boss will banish a person to the cellar. You can't do anything, move, sit, or even cast, or all you have to do is just leave your keyboard alone. And if you do that, you'll live. If you don't, you'll die. So any type of input from the keyboard will get you killed if you get banished. Server mergers, they do have them happen every now and then. It's usually servers with a similar mechanics. They always bring out two servers for each time they bring out a new server. Two sister servers. So what happens is when those two servers fill up, they'll have their players. Eventually, over time, people will dissipate and then move on to other servers, so forth, so on. After a while, they'll take the two sister servers and merge them into one. Mm-hmm. It depends on whether or not you're on a TPL server or a free server. A TPL server is a time lock server. You usually pay to play that server of like $15 a month. You get access to a lot of nice features and no ads. Huh. I've not heard of those drums before. So HP item and a shoulder item. It's not bad. Yep, same here. I like my games without ads. I'm sinking, sinking. Going through the floor. Names are already involved in the fight. I can cure that. my pet go over there and help out. Trying to avoid the disease trap that's nearby. See, after you kill these, there's a trap up here. I don't want to be anywhere near the trap. Alright, there we go. Trap is probably triggered already. Trap like right in here that is really nasty for caster. Yeah, I'm showing player models. We get a new in 2022 at the end of the year. They're releasing a new server that's 64-bit for Everquest. I could hide them, and we have floating weapons, or I leave the models on. I turn off the models when it gets too busy. Yeah, I used to hide them. Sometimes I'll leave them on, sometimes I'll hide them. It really depends on how I feel. How much clutter is on the screen. Excuse me. It's been a long day for me. Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually long days because I work, come home immediately, and start streaming. I usually don't get enough time to take a little half-hour break and relax. Okay, now just to give you an idea what's going on, there's 4 different spots in which we have rogues, monks, so forth and so on sitting. They're targeting one specific NPC. They drop their invisibility, they hail the NPC, and say a certain phrase all at the same time within 3 seconds. If they do this phrase all at the same time within 3 seconds of each other, then it unlocks a special door in the zone for us to continue the raid. If we don't do it right, it causes a massive problem, and then we have to clear that problem and then do it again. What makes this hard is the stomites. What's really problematic is the stone mites. They can cause you so much problems. Some of them see through invis, so it's hard for some of the sneakers to get through. If they get spotted, they have to run back to the raid. We kill whatever they have on them. There's one particular trap in this zone. If it triggers, we're perma-rooted, basically, and it will be very difficult to break it. Now, one thing that's really annoying is that with that perma route one, it could keep you here for hours doing nothing. We lost 3 people trying to do this part of the quest. Alright, all we have to do is get through this door, and we're in the safe area. The longer we stay here, the more chances we can have a raid wiping ad attack from any direction. Yep, 64-bit's going to be interesting. Because the thing of it is the 64-bit interface also does better job on internet protocols. It uses the more advanced internet protocols, which allows EQ to run much smoother on the internet. All right. Just a real quick thing going on here. There we go. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. They might actually finally decided on a hot a overlay that works well. That's cleaner than what we do normally. Always having to build your overlay kind of sucked. Oh, Zone White Dog. Oh, with 40 HP. Now this next fight is actually a interesting one. Our pets will actually play a key role in this next fight. And you'll see in a moment. This is the curse callers. I'll have the pet guard here. So in this fight, we have 6 mobs here. We got to kill all 6 mobs to win the fight. The problem is this. These mobs cast root, snare, and other effects on whoever the aggro they have. So we use pets to tank them because for one main reason. Every so often, from this room and from the room over here, a mob, which we call missiles, will come out of these rooms and they will target a specific person in the raid. They'll start off moving very slowly and then they'll move faster and faster and faster and faster until they actually catch up to their target. If they catch their target, they will kill them with a 100,000 DD. Yes, 100,000 direct damage hit, which will kill them instantly. So, and that'll be it of the person. Then they have to be re-resed. Sometimes the re-res gets targeted again. So the whole thing of it is you got to stay away from the missiles if you are one of the targets, and then the raid DPS is down the 6 mobs. Yeah, this is one of the funner ones. I actually like it. I'm gonna be quick to catch this one.
Tell.
There we go. And I'll let the pet get aggro for a moment. I'm gonna try to snare this, slow this. There we go. Got it slowed. So you can see all these effects on the pet. If a person were tagged by this, they get their butts handed to them. And these guys are the missiles right here.
Tell.
There's a lot. There's about 12 people called right now.
Tell.
We've already had people die from missiles. Two people down now. They're getting rezzed immediately. Oh, I don't want that aggro. Start healing water. Remove the debuffs. Like 2 or 3 casts remove 1 debuff. There we go. Now Pet can
Tell.
help out. Otherwise, Pet would have been sit there and stuck for a while. Yeah, kinda for a Beastlord.
Tell.
Now this is a very dangerous spot because there's like 2 or 3 different. Oh wow, that looked like it was coming directly from me. That's why I ran away from it. Wow. Tanks have a way of avoiding it. Alright, the items that dropped. Jewel Stud of Madness. It's really studly. And Sash of Enveloping Quintessence. It's not half bad. I like what I have. Do you want me to Paragon, by the way? This is Sylv. Do you want me to Paragon? Hey guys, do you want me to cast Paragon? Guess not. Roger that. Paragon's one of the really useful raid skills that we got. And Spiritual Ascendance here is a mana health regen buff that stacks with all other stuff, which is really nice too. It's between our Pharaoh Ferocity line, our Spiritual line, and our Paragon. Those are the three utilities we have currently. But later on, we also get a single target version of Paragon that can trigger every 3 or so minutes. And we replace Necromancers as the mana battery at that time. Have a good night, OBS, and thank you for watching. And have a good night sleeping. All right, we're going to do the last boss of the zone now. This one's quite an interesting boss. He splits up into two. One is the name of it, and then it triggers into either a mirror image, or a true image. If it's a mirror image, we have to stop DPS off of it immediately, or it will do a raid-wide AoE. If it's the true image, we keep beating on it until it disappears. Then it sets to its name, then it does the true image, false image again, mirror image. And we keep doing this back and forth. While we're doing that, from this room here, we have stuff spawning that is trying to kill us. More missiles coming in.
Tell. 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 Tell.
This one we had to pay very, very close attention to.
Tell.
There we go. We got it. Let's see what we got for loot. All right. Got some shards. Here's the shattered Jade Band of Angar. You know, this actually would be good to get, depending on what we got for rings. Actually be a minor upgrade to what I got. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I'd probably bid on this one. I don't need this effect, but I would love to get this and this. And then this is just bonus, the green stuff. Ah, too much for that. Because I still want to get the tunic, so not going to go any higher than 5 for that. Well, it was a good try, though. You'd think no one would want any rings from this expansion, but it does have +5 mana regen, so it's big. It's a big item. We're going to be doing a epic fight here in a moment. So what's going to happen is we're going to go to the Bloodfields. We're going to be heading to an epic fight, and then we're going to see what we're going to do there. We might do another epic fight after this. Depends on who needs them done. These epic fights are designed to get your 1.5 or 2.0 epic, depending on where the person is at in the chain of quests. This is the Beastlord Epic 2.0. So this is the most advanced version of it. The next version is the 2.5, which gives me an OOW to throw into my totem to make it even better. I'll probably be using this weapon for quite some time, especially for the Might of the Wild Spirits. This is not the one that makes a lot of daggers, right? Okay, that was crazy when we had like a lot of those. Yeah, the Rogue Epic, if you're only supposed to bring 4 people in to deal with the boss and stuff like that. If you bring any more than 4, you get a whole bunch of these floating invisible assassin daggers that try to kill you and everyone else, and it's just brutal. We took an entire raid there, not knowing that it was going to spawn one for every raid member. We had what, like 52 of these things floating around, insta killing people really quick. There was no stopping them. By the time we actually got it under hand and killed them all, we had only a third of the raid left. It was crazy. Right now, we're just waiting for ports. Is it be kind to Porter's Day? What's going on with DON? Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, man. I hate it when wolves jump in. Is it what did the fox say? Is that what you're listening to? Just the quote that you just said, I knew what you're talking about. That's funny. And I'm not even listening to the song. I can't. What did the fox say? They're listening to what did the fox say on their little um, thing. Did you give him does your son named Fox get the last name Mulder? Pegged it. Basically, someone named their kid Fox, after Fox Mulder from X Files. I'm riding on my white warg. Goes real well with the character. Yeah, those. It is possible to kill a bear with a wooden bow. It takes a lot of arrows, especially with stone arrows. But man, just getting the wolf in there too, it really sucked. Which pick am I in? I'm in pick 20. Okay, we're going all the way up there. Oh, jeez. Okay, so out through there, through there, through there, and have a party. All right, got it. It's party time. I hate this zone. Although I can now solo it, I still hate it. I hates this zone. And I can't hates anymore. Because this is actually a group zone. And all the mobs here are considered to be elites. I can solo one of these at a time, maybe two at most, but any more than that, they're going to wreck my shit. That's why I'm kind of keeping an eye on the angry counter. Oh,
Invest dropping on Silt Talon.
there we go. I'm not going to sit there and fight that. There we go. Made it. Oh, wow. That sucks. So close into killing him. And just to be nommed on by a wolf in the end. Oh. I hate wolves. They can be annoying. All right, here we go. Here we go. The rank right there. Oh, minion of.
Tell.
Not the actual. Get a couple
Tell.
of these and then the boss.
Tell. Tell.
Essence of the Shadow Knight. There we go.
Gating.
That was the Shadow Knight epic quest. And we got a chest, which had a really nice mask. That's a really nice mask. Hey, Will, do you need me to jump on when I'm done here and res you up? All right, he's got his 2.0 epic done. Congratulations. Could you show us
Gating.
your 2.0? He's going to show us his epic real soon. We could take a look at the Shadow Knight version. Here it is. And this is the Shadow Knight weapon. It's really nice.
Gating. Gating.
All right.
Gating.
Yeah, I'll jump in as soon as I can. We're ending actually right now.
Gating.
So Thursday.
Gating.
So we got a lot to do for Dragon's North.
Gating.
What day are we doing
Gating.
Is it Thursday that we're doing the Dragon's
Gating.
North stuff? Or Wednesday? Thank you.
Gating.
Are we getting a mass TL?
Gating.
Ah.
Gating. Gating.
All right, we're getting gates out. Good. Anyways, I want to thank everybody
Gating.
for watching us play some EverQuest this evening. It was a lot of fun entertaining you this evening in Silver Talon. I want to give special thanks to the Filthy Casuals for allowing us to view the raid.
Gating.
As you saw, we had a lot of fun,
Gating.
got some good gear, and enjoyed the night. We did an epic quest
Gating.
item, helped our Shadow Knight buddy get his epic 2.0. Congratulations, Spirit, and enjoy your epic, man. And with that being said, Saturday they're doing some shenanigans runs. This means that they could be raiding anything, somewhere, anywhere throughout the different expansions, whatever. So it's like kind of gearing up the alts and other characters that they have, but it's not earning any DKP or anything. So it's optional to be there. Depending on how I feel, might do EQ or I might be on Icarus again, really depending on what's happening at the time. Uh, Tuesday will be our last raid night for this era. So we'll be doing Anguish and MPG Trials to end the era. And then on Thursday, we'll be doing our first Dragons of Norath runs for progression. So we're going to be heavily focusing on progression. I'll be heavily focusing on EQ again for a bit. So at that time, next Thursday, from then on there for a while, I'll be doing less Icarus, but more EQ. And you'll get to see a lot of that. Anyways, with that being said, if you like what you see, please hit that follow button. That helps out tremendously when you guys follow. I want to give special thanks to Rays DS. Thank you for the follow today. That was awesome of you. And I can't pronounce the name fully, but we call him OBS. OBS, thank you for the follow 4 days ago. That's awesome of you as well. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Be safe and be well. Sylv Talon out.